I have a very simple video for you today. You're going to be able to learn all your major scales in just a few minutes, all at once, and then you're going to have a special chart. It's a diagram that you can just tack up on your wall and use as a reference. However, this does not involve reading music. Of course, I think it's a great idea to learn how to read music, and you might already know how to read music and still not know your scales. So let's look at this visually. Let's break it all down, and in this short video, let's learn all the major scales and have it all out on the table so that over the next couple of weeks and months, you can just continue referring back to this diagram and internalize not the technical answers, but the logic behind the major scales. Let's get started. The first thing you want to know is that a scale equals a ruler. Okay? So think about a ruler. What does a ruler do? A ruler measures distance. The same way a bathroom scale measures weight, or a ruler measures inches or centimeters, a musical scale measures a musical distance. Okay? So the musical scale measures a musical distance. So we're going to name the notes of any scale as a number, and we're going to just write the numbers. Do this with me. Grab a piece of paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then I'm going to put the C major scale right in the middle of this, okay? Right there, I'm going to write C, D, E, F, G, A, B. So, these are the white keys on the piano. And as you're going to see as we go through this, in a very short period of time, you're going to see the pattern, and it's going to make a lot of sense. You're going to have black keys adding one at a time as we go. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw lines around the fourth column. The fourth column currently has the note F in it. All you got to do to know your scales is repeat the alphabet over and over again in your mind, starting over at G and going back to A, and just change some of the notes. So we're going to do the key of F now. So this is going to move over here. So F starts there, and before we write anything in that's complicated, we're just going to write the alphabet again, starting at F. So F, G. Now once we hit G, we go back to A. So A, B, C, D, E. Now that's wrong, okay? Those of you who know music theory know that that needs to be B flat. So I'm going to make it right by putting a flat in there. And now I have one flat. So this has 0, this has 1 flat. The next one's going to have 2 flats. The pattern is very straightforward. B flat moves over here. And now I write B. Now I'm thinking B. Even though it's B flat, I'm thinking B. Here's the reason. I can only have one of each letter. Okay, can't repeat a letter, can't leave it out. So, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. B, C, D, E, F, G, A. But of course something's missing. I need to take that fourth column and put that flat in there. E flat, okay? So I'm going to draw this line to separate it. Okay, so now I got 2 flats. And I can sit with these scales and just run my fingers over whatever. It's a guitar, it's a piano, you can do this on any instrument if you know the 12 notes. So now that's going to move over there, E flat, and I'm going to just write the alphabet again and completely ignore sharps and flats at first. So E, F, G, A, B, C, D. Now I say, what's left over? Well, that B flat is going to stay flat. So I put that in there, and now the A is our new guy, okay? So A flat. Now I've got my E flat major scale, and guess what? It has 3 flats. So 3 flats, boom, right there. The next one, A flat, moves over here. So you see this is very repetitive. So just write the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now, add in what's left over from above. So A flat, we got that. We got to keep the E flat. Got to keep the B flat. So now you got to add the one that's in the fourth column. That's why we put those lines around it, D flat. I'm going to do that one more time. D, E, F, I move that over there, G, A, B, C, and then I'm going to make that flat because it was flat over there, and I'm going to fill in here. A flat has 4 flats, D flat has 5 flats. What else is left? So A flat, B flat, E flat, now I got D flat. Okay, so now I'm going to add G flat. Now I got 5 flats. Alright, so watch this. Put this over here. G, A, B, C, D, E, F. See, after G, remember I start over. So it's the same 7 letters over and over and over again. It's really not as crazy as you may think. Now I'm going to add all the flats that I had from before. G's flat, A and B are flat, D and E are flat. And now I got to put C flat in there. Now, this is annoying for some people because C is a white key and C flat is B, and that's a white key. So why don't we call it B? Well, remember earlier I said you can't repeat a letter name. If I called this B instead of C flat, then I'd be saying G flat, A flat, B flat, B. And that would be like spelling someone's name wrong. Like, my name's Ernest. It's spelled E-R-N-E-S-T. It's not E-A-R-N-E-S-T, okay? So I'm going to draw a box around this. So 6 flats. And then I'm going to draw a line straight across. This is where everything changes. Now I'm going to respell the G flat as F sharp. So watch. F sharp. So those are the same note. And we're going to spell it both ways, all of these. This has 6 sharps. But again, I'm just going to write the alphabet, and I'm going to start over at G to A. So F, G, there's my starting over, A, B, C, D, and E. Now, I have to think about sharps. A flat is G sharp. B flat is A sharp. I'm going to skip this. D flat is C sharp. E flat is D sharp. F is E sharp. Totally annoying, right? Same reason I can't call that an F, because I already have an F over here. It happens to be sharp, but it's an F. Same reason for this. I'm not going to do anything to the ones in the middle here in the 4th column. From now on, they lose their sharp, okay? So now I go B, C, D, E, F, G, A. I'm not going to do anything to the E. It's no longer sharp. Now it's naked. Took it off. But I'm keeping C and D sharp from over here. Okay? And F, G, and A are all sharp. So now what you're going to see is we started with nothing, then we had 1 flat, then 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 flats. 6 flats is the same as 6 sharps. Now we're going to lose a sharp, so this has 5 sharps. Okay, now E, F, G, A, B, C, D. Watch this. I don't touch A, and I keep what's left over. F and G are still sharp. Leave that alone. Leave that alone. C and D are still sharp. Now I have 4 sharps, so I'm just going to go down the line now. I put an A over here, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I'm only going to have 3 sharps. Try to figure out which ones they are. All you got to do is look over here and don't have that be sharp anymore. So C sharp is still there, G sharp and F sharp are still there. All right, now I'm going to have 2 sharps. That's going to be D. I'll move that over there. D, E, F, G, A, B, C. The F is still sharp. The G is no longer sharp. I got rid of that because it's in that 4th column, the magical 4th column. C is still sharp. Okay, now finally I go from G. That's going to have 1 sharp, key of G, A, B, C, D, E, and F, and it's F sharp. If I want to, I can finish it off by just putting the C right here. C, D, E, F, G, A, B. And you can see that is no longer sharp. That's the foundation of all the major scales. And the major scales are the foundation of everything in music theory. So if you can memorize these scales, then you can do a lot more stuff. What I'm going to do in the next video is show you how to play a card game to memorize these scales. You can also use dice games. This can be a 1, this can be a 2, this can be a 3, this can be a 4, and this is a 5, and this is a 6, and then just leave 7 alone, because if you've got the first 6, you're probably going to be okay for the 7th. You can play dice games and card games to learn all your scales. So there it is, all your major scales in 7.5 minutes, right there for you to watch over and over again if you want, and you can actually download the PDF right here. It's a toolkit for you to use. It's got a worksheet in it, and it's got a final diagram that I've already filled out for you. All you got to do is download it right here, print it out, tack it to your wall, and just use it. Use the dice games with it. You can actually combine this with the card games from some of my other lessons, which are on this YouTube channel as well. So please check out the other lessons around the circle of fifths. You can click on that here, and that'll lead you to a card game that you can combine with the major scales dice games. If you play music like a game, you're going to love music. And if you love music, that's going to make you want to spend more time with it and work harder to master it and to truly understand it. The other thing I'm going to tell you is, instead of memorizing tons and tons and tons of information, The magic music method is all about looking at the logic behind the information itself. So it's kind of like, instead of memorizing dates and times and information if you were studying history, it would be understanding the reason why people made the decisions they made that created history. In other words, learn to ask the right questions rather than just mindlessly memorizing the correct answers. You should be training yourself how to think critically and how to think creatively. And if you do that as your foundation and you're having a lot of fun, you're going to get really good at music. I look forward to hearing your comments. Please subscribe to the channel, drop in your comments, and tell me what you think. Thanks a lot.